Hello, Sacred Alchemists. It's Deanna Riendo here with Rose Hope. And I am so excited to welcome all of you, the people that were here at the beginning, the people who are just coming in now. Welcome to this community. What I really wanted to create here was a sense of belonging, a safe space for us to explore and to play and to become even more curious about the possibilities in life. I wanted to talk a little bit today about what I've been noticing coming up a lot and just inviting you to maybe lean in a little bit to the energy of what I'm about to speak to. And a big part of what I've been noticing coming up for people is that they're being faced with these big challenges. Some might call it drama, whatever you want to call it, it is what it is. But I know that I've noticed a bit of this drama showing up in my life. And at first, when drama was showing up in my life, I was beating myself up. I was like, oh, I'm not aligned because this person is showing up for me, or this is turning out this way, and I must be doing something wrong. So, some of you might be relating to that. If you're noticing drama or heavy stuff that's showing up around you, you might go into that blame mode. And I want to just invite you to have deep compassion for yourself because just because this energy is showing up around you, it doesn't mean that you're doing something wrong. In fact, it might mean that you're on the right path and there's something more for you to see along that journey. And rather than getting into judgment, because we know that judgment actually sinks our vibration, we can come into a space where we actually can leverage the experience. So even though you might be feeling a little beat up on, you might be feeling like, someone is after you, you might be feeling some of that energy. I want to invite you to recognize there's something in it for you. There always is. And so this meditation that I'm going to be doing is really around being open to the lessons and really coming back to remembering that life happens for us, not to us. Because as soon as we go into that, oh my God, this is happening to me, we get caught up in our victimhood, don't we? And as soon as we get caught up in the victimhood, it sinks our ship. And so this is an opportunity in our lives, again, to evolve and to grow no matter what is showing up around you, and to open yourself up to the possibility that whatever the lesson is, whatever the experience is that's happening outside of you, it's showing up for something good. Even though your perception might be that it's something bad. Because, of course, if someone calls you a name or someone does something that's hurtful, we think, oh my gosh, this is bad. But what if it's not bad? And so we release ourselves from judging whether good or bad. And we allow ourselves to just, oh, that's interesting. Oh, that showed up for me. And that way we're not getting too sucked into that negative undercurrent. And I caught myself the other day because I got an email that wasn't so nice from somebody who has a perception, and they have the right to have their perception, but it's based on ignorance. She just doesn't understand. And I've tried to explain, but she refuses to understand. And so I'm not going to change her opinion. But I remember thinking like, oh man, part of me was like, I want to stick it to her. I wish I could make her suffer the way that she's trying to make me suffer. And as soon as I went there, I had this little tap on my shoulder from my spirit team, and they're saying, oh, Deanne, catch yourself. You're letting yourself sink to her level. And we do that as human beings. We do that. I have been faced with some judgments from others because I'm actually a really nice person. And I show up sometimes. The perception is that I'm too nice and I can't possibly be too nice, that there must be an ulterior motive that I have if I'm being so nice and I'm being so forgiving. I've had many people accuse me of being too nice, believe it or not. This is how I made you guys. And I'm proud of being too nice. I'm proud of being a forgiving person. It makes me feel good. That is my ulterior motive, is that it makes me feel good to be kind and loving. And if somebody is going to judge me and they are going to try and put me down because of how I show up, it has a lot less to do with me and a lot more to do with them. And, I think of, although, I don't, we're not talking religion here, but I want to talk about Christ consciousness, because if we think about Jesus Christ, we think, oh, what a beautiful teacher and helper and healer. And yet, look at what Jesus faced: rocks being thrown, names being called, to the point in which he was actually crucified. And so, as light workers, as alchemists, we are going to be judged, and we are going to be ridiculed, and we are going to have people that show up that create drama and hurts in us. It's just part of the process. However, we have an opportunity as alchemists to change the energy of that, to continue to show up in our deepest truth, for us to be able to actually alchemize that energy from somebody being angry and hurtful towards us. We have the privilege of saying, I'm not going to sink into that vibration. I'm going to stay in this vibration. I'm going to love you anyways, because you do not know, you do not understand, and that's okay. I won't fall into judgment. I will simply say, what can I learn from this? What value can I receive from this? And in doing so, guess what? We've already started to change the world. That is how it is done. It's a very simplified version, but of course, a really good start, isn't it? And so, as you come through this path and continue this journey, yes, drama is going to show up. It doesn't mean that you're doing something wrong necessarily. It could, but it doesn't always. And so I'm inviting you to be gracious and graceful with yourself, being compassionate with yourself, being willing to also look at what can you do better, or what can you learn from this. As soon as we do that, we alchemize that energy. So, in the spirit of alchemizing energy, I'm inviting you to take all of the things that are maybe feeling heavy, or maybe there's some anger, maybe there's some hurt, maybe there's betrayal, whatever it is that's showing up for you in the drama of your life. I'm going to invite you to allow this song to release that energy. And I'm going to invite you to allow yourself to just go on a little bit of a journey. So I've taken my drum from behind me here, and I'm feeling called to play it. So as I prepare for this, I'm just going to invite you to get really comfortable. If you're in a place to do so, awesome. If you're not, that's okay. You can simply take some deep breaths with us and just enjoy whatever you can or have the capacity to enjoy. And so just starting with some nice breaths. Let's ground in. Let's ground in. Let's take some deep breaths in through the nose. Really sigh it out. Yeah, let it out. And if you feel the need to move your body, I know I like to move the energy as I'm doing those breaths. So that might feel good for you. And just breathing in and out a few times at your own pace. I want to invite you to find yourself near a riverbank. And so allowing yourself to envision through your third eye. Your third eye, of course, is in the middle of your forehead, between your eyebrows. Use that as your viewfinder. Use that as your viewfinder, as though you're looking out through that lens, and all of a sudden you find yourself in this beautiful three-dimensional space of perhaps the forest in nature. Perhaps you're in the mountains. Perhaps you're in a valley. Wherever it takes you, let yourself find yourself there. And if you need to use your imagination to create the vision, then do so. If you feel that it just naturally shows up, then that's wonderful too. But you're painting a picture in your mind. And so you're seeing the river flowing. Now, I want to invite you to see the river as being actually a very gentle stream. So perhaps there's a small trickle to it. The water in the river is very clear. And the water is not cold as you would imagine it. The water actually feels warm. And so maybe you imagine yourself dipping your toe in or reaching down and touching the water and feeling that it's warm. almost as though it's like bath temperature. So feeling into that. And as you're breathing in the beautiful nature and the fresh air that is coming through this meditation, I want to invite you to recognize that there's these beautiful energies that are coming and surrounding you. They are here in support of you. They are your spirit team. They are angels. They are galactic beings. They are animals, perhaps. Your spirit team, inviting your spirit team who are there for your highest and greatest good, with deep truth, love, and compassion, allowing them to surround you and support you in this journey. And breathing that in, you might feel their welcomed energy. You might feel their unconditional love, perhaps their nourishment. Whatever that might be for you, just allow yourself to be in a place of receiving that divineness, that beauty. And perhaps you even feel it in your vibration. Perhaps you can feel it in your physical body, even while you imagine this beautiful experience. And this spirit team is guiding you and directing you to go ahead and sit in the water, to sit in the river. Immerse yourself into the water, remembering that this water is warm. This water is so grounding and so comforting. It's like being wrapped inside your mother's womb as you sink into the water. And you are surrounded by your entire spirit team, all these loved ones. And they surround you and they are performing a blessing for you. And the intention with this blessing is to help you, to rid you of the ego aspect that places weight on what others might think. It also is to clear you of the low vibration energy that you might be hanging on to, and allow you the opportunity to learn from whatever the experience is or was. And so receiving that innate wisdom, receiving the divine information that needs to come out of that experience. And if you wish, you can also allow yourself to feel the baptism energy. Again, not in a religious sense, but in a sense of welcoming you home to your God, to your universe, to your source energy, whatever that might be for you. And so just allowing yourself to be cleansed and purified as I share in a ceremony for you. Of course, the drum never sounds quite the same through the technology, but it will have the same impact, I promise. And so inviting you to see your spirit team around you providing this beautiful ritual. Away, 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 unawi, himawane, oe, himawane, oe, hamawi, awe, oe. Hine wa mi e oe, hai mi awe, o ni awe, hi amawe oe now, hani awe awe oai, he mase wa che ani. Homie, oh, 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 homie, oh, 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 ooh, Ania, ooh, Ania, ooh, Ania, And just breathing that energy in, and just now going to invite a divine message for you. Dear ones, I am Michael. You can see that the veil has been thinned for you to access new heights of information, for you to reach into your inner technology. Some of you might find this overwhelming and a bit scary. And I want to reassure you that you are on the right path, and it's okay to be afraid. And I promise that you will find the teachers and the helpers to guide you so that you do not feel so alone. A reminder that you have everything you need and then some in every given moment. This energy of faith and trust that all is working out in your favor, that God, your creator, your higher self is all working for you always. For some of you, the journey might be full of delights and feel magical. And that is wonderful as well. I simply provide a cautionary note for you to be mindful that you are still being honest with yourself. You humans call it spiritual hijacking. When everything is wonderful all the time and avoiding the hurt or the pain that is showing up for you. It is still important to honor that energy, that low vibration energy, because that energy does need some of your love and attention. Can you honor the dark, the sad, the low vibration? Can you honor it by saying, I see you, and it's okay that you are showing up? What can I learn from you? As soon as you engage in this type of relationship, it begins to evolve. That energy no longer is a weakness. That energy is leveraged to become a power. And once you are able to honor and hold space and to love even on those low vibration energies, you will find that you can manifest more. You will find that you have easier access to your joy. And the beauty of it all is that it resides within you. Go in peace and love, dear ones. Om Siwo Nenyahu Lamierio Ovisomoa Diweya Incham Yahweh Ho Divio. And just inviting you to take in the energy of that as well. And that is a sung form of light language for those of you that are curious and wondering about that. But before I bring you back into your physical body, I'm just going to invite you to stay in this river and allow your spirit team to feel the praise and the gratitude that you have for their blessing, for allowing this activation and this clearing. And I'm going to invite you, when you are ready, to slowly find yourself back into your physical, taking in some deep breaths. And perhaps moving your body a little bit or fluttering your eyes, whatever feels good for you. And just allowing yourself to receive the beauty that exists all around you all the time, the infinite love, the infinite miracles that take place. And so, thank you. Thank you for allowing me to share with all of you today. I wrap you all in love, unconditional love. And I look forward to spending time with you and growing alongside of you and walking the path alongside of you too. Have a wonderful day. Bye for now.